we aren't gonna have the hard discussions. We ain't gonna really fight for our relationships while we in it. While we in relationships we ain't willing to fight for. While we're in relationships that we have to be politicians in, that we have to quote unquote be nice or say nice things instead of saying the things that matter. How you feel is truly important. Then you express how you feel and the other person will respond and it starts the dialogue.
Home of the love snobs, love snobs, love snobs.
Yeah, so do you ever run into people and really know that you're not attracted to them in a long-term sense, meaning that you find them attractive, but you're not attracted to them where they'll keepers. And then there's certain people you're so attracted to that you want them to be keepers just based on the way they look, based on the way they carry themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Like well, when you're really honest with yourself, you know that there's the people that you're really attracted to and you want them, and you kind of give them that wiggle room and you kind of let them get away with stuff that you wouldn't let somebody that you actually attracted to get away with. And then you have those people that you know that you're attracted, it's in the moment, but once that moment passes or they turn you off, then it's over. So yeah, like you know, it's just a matter of being honest with yourself about it.
Have you been in a relationship with people that you're like, damn, I shouldn't have dated this person because I knew I was kind of dumbing it down?
Well, yeah, I think
people tend to act like, just not before you answer that, people tend to act like they don't judge people off of looks, but we all judge people off of looks, and we all commit to somebody based on their status.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Dumb down for looks and also for just the overall package. Like when a relationship is all said and done, you should reflect, and I do reflect, and I think about, damn, I probably should never dated that person to begin with.
Definitely.
Like because we were never on the same page to begin with. So yeah, I do have those situations where I dated guys or had relationships with guys that I look back on it, I'm like, they probably should never made it in anyway. How about you? Have you ever caught yourself slipping?
Oh, definitely. I done had sex with people that I would never would have had sex with if I wasn't intoxicated when I was young. You know what I mean? So like those things. I mean, I'm not a big regret person. I think that every experience happens and you learn from it. So not saying that it was destined to happen, but when it does happen, you learn and you grow. So it taught me, make sure I drink it. Either if I'm gonna drink and be really intoxicated, drink around people that you probably would sleep with, or actually, make sure you don't drink a lot. Now, obviously, I don't drink now, but of course I got caught slipping, and then you got to rethink or question, and then there's those people that I never question, because I know I would have dated 10 times out of 10. Regardless of how it turned out, I would have dated them 10 times out of 10. And I always tell people, because I'm just straight out about it, that's why I'm asking you, because I literally would tell a person that I'm dealing with that you're not a person that I would look at and be like, damn, I would mess with, but I got to know you, and then I'm really attracted to who you are as a person. And it tends to bother them that I don't find them attractive like I would a person that I'm naturally attracted to. But I still chose you based on what people consider or would consider, quote unquote, the essence of who you are. So people say that, but do they truly believe that?
The thing is that, I've dated guys, or I've dated a guy who I was really honest about. Like, I wasn't really, it was a blind date.
Definitely.
So I spoke to him on the phone 1,000 times before I even met him. Because I was connected with him through a mutual friend. And when I did actually see him, it wasn't what I envisioned.
Definitely.
And I was honest about that, and that didn't really sit well with him.
Definitely.
So much so that he sabotaged the relationship. Well, he sabotaged our situation in the very beginning. He came back around and we spoke about his insecurities, but it was something that didn't really sit well with him because he wanted to be my type.
Definitely.
But I liked him already.
Definitely.
So you were my type in a different way.
Yeah, I had a connection. So all the people that run around talking about looks don't matter are the main people when you're in a relationship with them. The looks truly matter, because when you're letting them know you're not that attracted to them, but you're dating them because for the core of who they are, for their heart, they're upset about it, and they feel like they're offended, they feel insecure, and it becomes a toxic relationship because you was honest. At the same time, why would you continuously be honest about? Because obviously we always talk about how people stay away from the looks.
Yeah, they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, they don't want to talk about it. Friends, we go in a bunch of friends
Yeah.
circles, and they're like, yo, you don't know that your friend is less attractive than you. Y'all don't have that discussion, and we kind of talk about it all the time. Like you saying, there's been a year where you felt that you was, like I'm walking down the street and dudes is looking at you and like, why is he with her, or why is he around her? Where you felt she was a lot more attractive than me. We'll have the back and forth the wall, and there's some reality to certain things. I was running around dressing just crazy, and you was up to par. And there was times that you felt a little thicker, or after you got pregnant.
Oh yeah, but was like,
And
yeah,
I'm like
I
walking
gained
around
some
all
pounds
lean
and
and muscular and
Yeah.
looking all good, all chiseled, and you're looking like, damn, like I'll be lucky to be with him. That's how people are looking on the outside looking in. But at the same time, it's really a real thing. Like, why are we not honest about it? You know what I'm saying? It's a real thing. Like, you need to really have an understanding. Just like the first time you realize somebody you're with is really not intellectually sound. It causes you havoc. Like it's something that you
But
would
don't
have
you
to.
really realize that early on?
No, I mean, but if you're caught up in looks, you're caught up in the persona of the person. You don't realize certain things. Like we're not talking about you. We're not talking about me. We're not talking about people who dive in. We're talking about the typical person. They really just go on surface.
Yeah.
So you're on the surface for a while, and then when y'all now start getting to that place, because a lot of people wait to really be involved with a person to get to that place of comfort where they now start to talk about
certain
the deeper things, and talk about actually long-term things and long-standing things. And then you realize a person is not where you at intellectually.
Yeah.
And then it does hurt the relationship. So like the sex goes, like they were so good in bed 5 seconds ago, but then the sex takes a hit because we all know it's mental. So if you're not mentally engaged, it takes a hit.
Or even
So-
like you dating somebody who is envious of you, like you realize
Definitely.
that the things that they actually like that was my thing, like the things that they liked about me in the beginning, or they admired in the beginning, they began to like not like it
To
so
resent.
much, to resent in the end. So me being successful, me being where I'm at in my career, wherever I was, it became like an envious, and it was a me against them. But they created that friction
Definitely.
because in my mind it's like if I have it, you have it. You know what I mean? So it wasn't that,
But it becomes a competition
Yeah, it became
because
a competition.
you walking down the street and a lot of guys are looking at you. That's probably why they wanted to date you.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people wanted you. A lot of people, like that probably was the law of dating. But then when now they with you, they giving people nasty looks and like it's expected. Why don't you have the confidence enough to know that this is expected? Obviously, we're not talking about people crossing the boundaries. We're talking about people looking, people
but they're gonna
really
look
admiring.
yeah.
Like that's what I mean when I think of envious, because I've had that happen too, where like you dated me because you felt women
Or
didn't
you were
like you.
like say you like
Yeah.
you were well known.
Definitely. And
So
you dated a
you
person
know that
they
when you
well
walk
known,
down
but
the
when
street-
you stopping down,
Yeah,
giving
yeah,
everybody a pound, you can't get off the block at a certain time, they upset.
Yeah.
And obviously there's those instances where you gotta get off the block at a certain time, but for the most part they upset because you're getting all the attention.
Yeah.
So you date somebody that gets a lot of attention. They're gonna continue to get a lot of attention. Like we said in the podcast, I said in the podcast, you date Oprah, you're gonna be Oprah's husband for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
No matter how successful you feel you are, she's successful and she built her brand up from the ground up. So you always got to give her credit. No matter if you like her, don't like her, you always got to give her, whether you find her unattractive, she is a brand. So no matter what, when you link to that person, so even if it's that small that you're very popular on the block,
Yeah.
you're going to be that person's girl when you get on the block. Oh, that's X, Y, and Z's girl. There's a lot of people, I got a name. No, you're going to be X, Y, and Z's girl. Like, that's just what comes with the
That's not
territory
over,
of
but
dating
that's not.
somebody
I think that takes a lot of self-awareness.
Definitely.
I think to even be comfortable in that situation. I think because even younger, that was something that I didn't want. Like I want, as when you're developing, you kind of want to pave your own path, and you're kind of coming into your own. So to be when you look at it, as an adult, I look at it like I was an extension of that person, right?
Yeah.
So if he had clout, I had clout too.
That's
But
how I see it.
younger, it was
That's how
like,
I see
I don't want to be in the shadows of this guy. I have a name. I'm not this guy's girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like I want to be Jerry, who dated ... You know what I mean? Like so, I
and
think
a lot
that.
of people say, "Oh, it should be like that," and
But it
and
doesn't really have to
ideally,
be.
yeah,
Because if
ideally,
you're
like
rich,
you
I'm
would
rich.
definitely.
If you cool, I'm
Like,
cool. Or
It's
you
like
put me
I
on
like
the
the
map.
fact that my partner is getting praise. I like the fact that they're getting awards. I like the
Yeah.
fact that I think when it causes problems is obviously when your partner starts getting fly because of these things.
Yeah.
Or your partners start acting like they hold more value than you because of those things. Because we're valuable together. Like I wouldn't be with somebody like That's what I tell people all the time. I'm a very straight out person. I'm gonna tell you all the things that's negative. I'm gonna tell you all the things that's positive. 9 times out of 10, I'm talking about more positive than negative, but they only hear the negative. So I find myself having to constantly like reassure them, and I'm just looking like we're one unit. If I didn't think me being who I am and saying the things that come out my mouth, if I didn't want to be with you, would I?
No.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, like I just want to sleep with you for tonight, get out.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to tell you my intentions at all times because I believe in choice. I believe that's the only thing right and wrong is deals with. Not providing choice. So I'm always gonna provide.
But when it's convenient, people want to clump with everyone else. Now you're average.
Definitely.
Right? So like it's like people they date you, they want to get to know you because they know that you're exceptional, right?
Definitely.
And you're different. But then when they're in the mix of it, then you become
And
then
they're
they treat you
emotional.
like you're average.
They
You know what I
find
mean?
out.
Yeah.
They find out that you stutter a little bit, or
Or I may snore.
definitely they like start magnifying the things that don't make sense. But then they mess them. Their friends don't even compare. So like you're cool with this person, but yet you're gonna try to come at me. So it's just crazy. So I mean that's why I just wanted we need to have this discussion. I wanted to really talk to you about the relationships and how much physical attributes mean to people, and
Well,
people
it
try to
doesn't
act
mean
like they
way
don't
more
mean
than
a
they-
lot to people. Yeah, is it all that matters? No, but it means a lot to a lot of people. So if you don't find like I tend to ask people, would you be friends with somebody that finds you unattractive? And a lot of them pause. A lot of them are unsure whether they would do it, but they preach all of this. Looks don't matter. Looks do matter.
Yeah.
Looks do matter. It only doesn't matter to the people that are unattractive. Because the attractive people care about looks. And it even matters to unattractive people because they're trying to dispel the idea that looks. That somebody has that gift. Give them credit where credit's due.
Well, the thing about looks is that it really when you're easy on the eyes, it does make things a lot easier socially.
Definitely.
Like, let's just be honest. Like, I see it in the
You
workplace.
get away with a lot.
Yeah, you're.
But it doesn't sustain.
You can't really. Yeah, it doesn't sustain. But again, like you still get away. If you're easy on the eyes, people are more willing to deal with your shit than they are if you weren't.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So I just that alone. Like they're willing to hear what you have to say. Like I said the other day, I was waiting for the shuttle bus, and there was two people. There was two MTA workers, a male and a female. I asked where the bus was. Homegirl was just like motioning like wherever. The guy came up to me and was like, "What do you need? What do you want? Oh, the bus? Okay." Like he was in the middle of a conversation, and I know it's because he was attracted to me.
Definitely.
But if he wasn't, he would have just gave me the head down like, "Oh, the bus is down the block."
And we sit here and act like I was telling a coworker of mine, like we get free stuff
Yes, all the time.
And
Yes.
she was walking with me and she was like, "Yo, like a dude gave me a free cookie. Like you
Yeah.
want a free cookie with that?" And I said, "I told you, this is the life. Like this is normal for us."
Yes.
But she was sitting there like, "Huh?" And she's not as attractive, but she obviously she didn't live the life. But that's what we tell people. But just because we highlight the fact that we find ourselves attractive doesn't mean that we're taking away from you. We're just highlighting that in us. And if we're now dealing with you, obviously we don't care. You bring something to the table, so focus on what you bring to the table. Focus on why we're connected.
Yes.
Because you obviously make me a better person. You obviously strengthen me. You obviously enhance me. So don't be insecure and take away from the enhancements you're giving me by focusing on one aspect that you said truly doesn't matter, but it does obviously matter to you. So be honest about it mattering, and at the same time, we got to come together, dispel those insecurities, and work as one unit.
Yeah,
Because that's
looks
what's
fade.
important.
And let's fade.
Definitely.
So yeah, in the
But we don't even have to say that. You could be good looking for the rest of your life. The point is, we know it doesn't sustain.
Do you know anybody who's good looking at this?
I mean, I know attractive older ladies.
Yes, I'm just, but again,
So,
but I'm not.
I
But
can't
don't
say
look,
I can know
But
them
I
off
don't.
the top
But,
of my
but
head.
I'm not going to look the same the way I look now at 80. Or,
Oh,
okay,
definitely.
maybe nobody's
Well,
checking
your
me at
look,
80, but,
yeah. But I'm saying your looks
but
Your
you
looks
know
may
what that
fade
means.
to
But
youthfulness, but an 80-year-old might shock you and think that you are great looking. So you got to understand it is relative in that understanding. Like your looks, I'm just saying don't say it. Looks may fade, but you don't have to coddle people. You might be good looking for the rest of your life. The point is, we all need components, and everybody's not gonna be as good looking. You gotta be. I think it's important when you're with your friends to sit down and understand what's the person's strengths, what's the
Yeah.
person's weakness, and understand why we're a unit. Because that's what will break you. When the outside person comes in and takes stabs at your weaknesses, it will tear y'all apart. But if y'all understand your weaknesses and your strengths, and y'all understand what y'all bring to the table, that brings the confidence, that brings security.
yeah,
So that's
knowing
important in
where
every
you stand
relationship.
at all times. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But we're just focused on the physical aspect. Like if you have a friend that's really good looking, give them credit. If you have a friend that's better looking than you, give them credit. Stop saying looks is beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but not good looks.
Yeah, good looks is good looks.
Good looks is a fact. You know who's the unattractive person. You know who's a good looking person when they walk in the room.
Yeah.
So just give them credit where credit is due and move on. Stop comparing yourself. Stop living comparative and understand what you bring and understand what they bring.
Because there's a lane for everybody.
Definitely.
You know, fear can keep you on the straight and narrow, and it could probably protect you, or you think it's protecting you from making, decisions that don't make sense. But when you live out of fear, you're really truly not living your life. We all should replace our fears with principles, and our principles should keep us on the straight and narrow, and we should go for everything that we believe in and not allow fear to dictate that.